to read the minutes? And if so, I'll be looking for a acceptance.
Motion to approve.
Second?
A second.
All right. Then we'll jump right into design reviews.
First,
I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you, Dave.
first review is for Nash and Company at 204 North Minnesota Street for metal hanging sign attached to the building with a metal bracket. In your packet is a location that they're talking about putting the sign. It's one of those that project out over the sidewalk, 35.25 inches, 2x2 signs. We got 4 square feet there.
Is this sign green? I can't tell off the picture. The front is green of the building.
Yeah, I don't know. It says what color.
That's okay. I mean, it looks good.
Thinking it's going to be either a dark green or more of a dark bronze, black maybe.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Otherwise, I'll look for a...
Motion to accept sign.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All right, the next design review is for another sign, the Nadelkunst. That's 212 North Minnesota. There again, we have another projection sign projecting out 32 inches over the sidewalk. And there's 3 signs there, going to be, or actually is, the New Ulm Zone, Fair Trade, Holmes Barbershop, Nadelkunst are all in this building. And that is the color they're proposing, that blue and red.
Okay.
I did go by and look, and the sign is already up. I know it's a stickler and whatnot, but normally it does not qualify for the grant money because the sign was already put up before permission was given. The board can do what they want, but that's been our policy. If the sign's up, you don't get grant money.
Great. Well, that's what we're going to discuss. Anybody have any input to that?
When they fill out the forms, are they notified of that?
Of the grant money,
The
or
signage out be after they already had it up?
I don't know when this got filled out. It wasn't that long ago. I know that it wasn't up until a week ago. The only review we were going to have was for Kempsky signs. These other 2 came in here with last week. But they're not supposed to do anything. They come in for a sign permit application, and it's talked about at that point, if it's in the district, that it needs to go through review and stuff. Even with the sign permits, if they're not in the district, need to go through a review before they're supposed to put them up.
So they've already paid the $50 fee.
Correct. That's been paid for.
They've made no application for a grant
That comes in afterwards.
after it's approved.
After it's approved, correct. Yep.
Well, if that's the laws we have, I think we should stick by them.
I mean, I'm going to stand by that. That's been a policy. Otherwise, why have the policy? Like, put up what you want. Even though we did make somebody take one down, I believe, a year or 2 ago.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's been the city of New Ulm's policy. When they come up for the sign permit, they're informed it's got to go in front of the HPC, and you're available for the grant money.
But I know we kind of okayed the Gypsy because they had that painting done because of weather or whatever the deal was. We approved that one.
Yeah, just
I
informing
know.
the board of it.
So can we approve the signage without getting grant money? Make a
How
mo-
often has this happened? It sounds like it's quite rare.
It has been, but we've had, what, 2 in the last 6 months?
Oh.
And I mean, I understand where gypsies were at. The weather was, the printer was able to get it done before she was able to get the paperwork done. So I, luckily it met our approval, but I think we did grant her the money, so. But I suppose we should set some precedents, because if this keeps happening, we can't do it, you know?
In my mind, it's a very, 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 very good idea.
Well, I'm looking for a motion of what you want to approve.
I'll motion to approve Nadel consent submitted but denying the grant assistance.
Support.
Second? Or has anybody got any more questions or any more opinions before we table it? That was a second, right?
Yeah.
All right. And all approve?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, the third review is for Kempski's, and that is at 509 Center Street, back into the old building. And this is a multifaceted signage. As you can see, the front of the building faces Center Street. So we're looking at signage at the top on the parapet wall. Kind of a ribbon sign across the top of the decorative cornice there. And a big sign over the doorway. Ones in the windows are in the inside. They're not counting against the square footage.
Okay.
And then on the side of the building, the big Kempski sign there. And in your original packet, that was at, I believe, 190 square feet. We had to take that back down to 75 square feet. Per our sign ordinance, we're only allowed one sign at that size of 75 square feet. They are allowed 280 square feet total for the building because they have frontage on Center Street and they also have frontage on Minnesota. So they come up with for every lineal foot of frontage you have, you get 2 square feet of signage. They have 140 square feet, or 140 square feet of lineal frontage. They get 280 square feet of signage. So they are allowed to come back for more signage if they want. And the booklet they just handed out here, there's talk about doing on that parking lot side on the big Bank Midwest side, doing some pictures and mural type thing. This just kind of give you a preview. This is something that's would have to come back in front of HPC under that's so much signage, but as for the mural stuff that we've got, like we have across at New Vera and then on the wellness clinic with the Bliss
Right.
mural and stuff that's been put up. There's talk for more, another mural downtown here, the Downtown Action Team looking at doing something else here also. So this is some future endeavor that they're looking for. Just more of an informational thing of what's possibly going to happen in the future.
Just speaking to that, if I may, that really makes sense because you have all the landmarks of New Ulm on there and the heritage and tradition. You were thinking. Yeah.
I agree. I mean, that would look very, very nice. Instead of the 2 little red, what are those red windows or painted up windows?
Well, that's why we're trying to do that, so we want rid of that.
I think it looks great.
I do too. I would look forward to that when you get that done and find a way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we can.
Even if you had to do it just a horizontal instead of,
The original one,
yeah.
right, when I was traveling, we took pictures, those old photographs,
Mhm.
with the old time slip. And we started there, and then our designer, Mankato, came up with that, because she did a lot of murals when she did work for Chambers, and
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you're going to paint the background and then hang those frames, to be able to change the pictures, that would enhance the building quite a
Oh,
bit.
yeah, that'd be our hope we change, but, we have 12 of the pedestrian to wall, I call it all the time. At our store now, we go into the two, but one of our artists make for us. So that's where that comes from. I like the history, so,
Good.
with my age.
Well, I think your signage looks good. Anybody have any comments? Otherwise, I'll be looking for a motion.
Just the one question in their pamphlet, their option, I like both, option one, option two. Have you made your mind up on those or not?
Not yet, we've just been going back and forth to get that square footage
Okay.
in there.
I mean, both would meet our color, and that's not an issue, just curious which one you were gonna use, but both are fine to me.
I like the example with the light background for the outside ones and then the dark brown for the inside ones.
Yeah.
Very sharp. That looks really good.
I really like the tin in our entryway, and we have a chandelier going in.
Oh, fun.
They shook their head at me. Top line, Jim.
Well, I have to say I'm impressed with what you put together here.
It helps us out a lot when we've got stuff.
Thank you.
Since we're in this business, though, there will be a charge to each of you.
Oh, yeah? All right, I need a motion.
So,
Second.
Second.
All approve?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. City report, Elwood.
We're still plugging away on the Herman Monument and the State Historical Office on, they sent down through criteria of trying to get cost estimate of what it's gonna cost to do what we wanna do. Checking into National Registry status if we start replacing items on it, and possibly getting an archaeologist to come in and do some surveys of the grounds around to see which was due to the system. And-
Somebody asked me the other day if they were gonna have to take Herman down again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we're talking some major time and,
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's not,
Mhm.
it's probably a multi-year thing, even if, because again, the hope is to take Herman down, deconstruct it from top down, save the items that we can and be able to reuse them and then build it back up. Put together a blueprint of how it was put together so we can put it back together the same way and build it back. With,
quite a
again,
challenge.
So the state historical, or the request on the National Registry was to reach out to the National Park Service and get their comment. And National Park Service came back and said, reach out to your state historical society to get their comment. So I'm fingerprinting back and forth, so we really don't know where we're at. That's my report. Yep.
One other item, the next meeting, a Cemetery Monument Commission. I had read through that and I noticed that we had approved that Flick monument for over here.
Yes?
That's on their agenda this evening,
Okay.
Cemetery Monuments
They were
Commission.
before us.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, it was just approving the location.
Okay.
Yep, and they approved either side of it, so.
Nice to see that all cleaned up and looking good. I mean, as far as we know, it's been approved, right?
Yeah,
You just said
it's-
this.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys approved it, it went through cemetery monuments, so now it's a matter of, Brown County Historical Society is gonna help with ordering the sign, get the verbiage and stuff on it, getting the permits here from the donations, and once we get all that stuff, then the street department will place the sign.
Good. Well, if nobody else, yes,
Mr.
sir.
Chair,
Can I ask you about the mural? What's the process for, have a designer, start of a design lease, and how we're gonna get it on there? Get it
Well, you'll have to, fill
Be the
out
same
another
for the-
form.
Coming through,
Same thing,
yep,
just bring,
yep.
Pretty much the same
show
thing.
you how we're gonna connect.
Yeah, and if you can have some material to show us if they're, like, what the frames are gonna be made out of and what colors you're gonna use, and that would all be very helpful to us. I mean, what you've started already is good, but we need to see a little bit more, but,
And I think, what you told us that, since it's an artsy kind of thing, you don't have to go by the exact sign.
Right, it won't count against on your, total signage of the building.
Want to go 2/3 of the building, we can do that.
you can go all the way back to the alley if you want to.
Well, unfortunately, we have a few things we can't cover there.
I know,
There's a vent right in there, but
gotcha.
Jess will do her best to design something.
All right. Anybody else have anything else they want to bring up? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I haven't been at Patterson's, but have anything progressed on that?
No, nothing's moved on that yet. I made contact with the contractor and he was hoping to get started middle of this month, but,
Oh, okay.
it's on the radar to get going. Yep.
Anybody else? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you all for coming. Have a good one.